Hey, how you guys doing out there in YouTube land? This guy is doing pretty good. Now, I know you guys are getting sick of the talking head videos. I'm trying to make some changes to make things different and mix it up a little bit. I tried filming a thing like Kyle did, holding my camera and walking around, but the audio just came out like butt, so I gotta figure another solution up. Now, today's video, we're gonna be talking about 3 different subjects. We're going to talk about how the 6600 XT sold out, even though most of those cards were at $600. We're also going to be talking about cryptocurrency and how the US is trying to illegalize it. And last but not least, why it seems to be getting harder and harder to be a high-end PC gamer. So let's jump right in and let's talk tech for the sake of it. All right, so before we jump into the video, I would ask a kindness of you people out there. Could you please like and share my video on social media? And if you like my style, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you know I'm making videos. So like I said earlier, the 6600 XT came out, and this morning when I started looking around the internet, I actually saw a couple of cards available, but by the end of the afternoon, I noticed that they were all sold out. And there was only one card on Best Buy that was $399 from XFX, and you know that bad boy sold out really quick. And that leads on to what the third subject of the video is like I'm saying, it's getting harder and harder to become a PC gamer, because even though that card had a manufacturer's price of supposed to be $369, only one card was a few dollars more. The rest are going like $569, $660, crazy. And over on eBay, yes, once again, the gougers are coming out and treating everybody like they're a piece of wood in a carpenter shop and gouging them, rah! Which is just freaking ridiculous. But it shows the state of PC gaming at the moment. When you can sell a 1080p card, and even the companies that you know and trust like Newegg, Best Buy, Micro Center, they're gouging you right out of the gate, that is some complete BS. I know you guys completely agree with that, and that comes into the next part of the video. So this morning I'm checking my email, and I get this email from the government. Yeah, check this out. Asking me to vote to illegalize cryptocurrency. I don't know if they're talking about every single type of cryptocurrency. They didn't exactly specify, but they were basically asking me to vote and to make it illegal. Now, here are my concerns about this. First of all, I think that crypto mining is kind of cool. It's kind of a new way for people to make money. But on the other hand, how many gamers are actually taking it in the Kahootie by this particular thing that's going on? Because we all know that cryptocurrency is really what has crippled the video card market. Scalpers, they suck, but we all know that mining is a big deal. And no matter what card you're trying to get these days, it doesn't matter whether it's an AMD card, whether it's an NVIDIA card, even when Intel comes out with cards, I mean, hopefully they'll be smart enough to build in a block so that people can't use it for doing cryptocurrency. This is a very touchy subject. I would like to hear what you guys actually feel, because I know that most of my audience is gamers. Do you guys think that cryptocurrency should be illegalized so that it protects gamers? Or do you just think it's once again the US government jumping in and trying to control how people make money? I'm sitting on the fence about this particular subject, because like I said, I mean, cryptocurrency is interesting. I mean, being able to take some video cards, stick them in a system and sit there and make money while you're really doing nothing is kind of a cool thing. Like, I like the concept of it. The concept of it sounds really good. But the fact that so many of my gamer friends out there have to pay up the butt just to get a video card is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, think about it. The 6600 XT, like we just talked about, these cards are selling upwards to $700 on some of your favorite sites, and that's just ridiculous. You guys saw my video, and once again, I want to apologize to you guys for not including the RTX 3060. My card just would not post, and I was honestly really pissed off and bummed out about it, because I wanted to show you that card. And the reason I talked about it in the video is because I went and watched pretty much every other video out there, and on every single one of those videos, it showed the 3060 smoking the 6600 XT by at least 20 frames per second, the Ti by even more. So that's why I gave you guys my results, even though I didn't test it. I can go out and watch other people's videos just like you guys do. I know some people have some negative comments saying that the video is wasted, but for those people out there who have a 5700 or a 5770, excuse me, that video to them showed exactly where the 6600 XT sat. And it is an upgrade from the 5700 XT, there's no doubt. But I want to hear your guys' opinions out there because your opinions matter to me. Do you guys think that cryptocurrency should be illegalized? Or do you think it's just complete horsepucky and the government's just trying to take control? It's very important because, like I said, I'm on the fence because I know a lot of people, especially people out there, you know, that aren't even in the USA, who can't afford to buy these video cards at all because, like, you know, if you go to another country or you go to Jamaica for one place, you know, trying to buy a card that's $600 US dollars is insane. And that leads in to the third part of my video. Now, PC gaming is super duper popular. We all know it. I mean, console gamers will say, hey, consoles are better, but you know, I mean, I like consoles for racing games. For racing games, I think consoles are just the absolute bomb. I think for fighting games, consoles are the absolute bomb. But to me, when it comes to first-person shooters, there is nothing like a keyboard and mouse. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm pushing 60 and trying to do all these things and aim and shoot and fire and do everything else for me is a pain in the butt. I prefer a keyboard and mouse because that way I can control what I'm doing and it's much more fun for me. You guys might have a different opinion. I know some of the younger people out there, they probably have no problem doing this because, you know, it's been going on for a long, long, long time. A lot of people I've seen actually play old, like, James Bond games and are kicking butt, you know, using a controller. I'm just not one of those guys. So for me, console gaming is great for racing, great for fighting games, but terrible for that. A long time ago, there was a video with Metallica, and it'd be like, beer, good, Napster, bad. So for me, it's like, you know, when it comes to console gaming, I'm like, oh, racers, fighters, good, shooters, bad. And we all know that it's getting harder and harder and harder to afford these parts. And now that the CEC in California is trying to limit like 5 states, and you know, I think even Colorado has jumped on this bandwagon as well and trying to control how you can buy your PC gaming system, it's getting harder and harder and harder to jump in and become a PC gamer, which really sucks because there are so many young people out there who I know really want to get into PC gaming, and to do it these days, it's just terrible. Now, some people got really upset about my video where I said it's an $800 system using the 5700G, but I have another system that I'm going to be bringing out to you guys in a day or two that's only $600, so maybe you guys will give that a more thumbs up. A lot of people were like, oh yeah, but check this out. If you can get a gaming system for $600, okay, we just talked about the 6600 XT being $600. That's just for the frackin' video card, my friends, okay? Or you can build a whole system and still play games, some of them at 100 frames per second. And yes, I know you're not gonna be able to play Cyberpunk or a lot of the AAA titles, you know, on, you know, a 57 or 5600G system. Obvious, we know that. But the thing is that if you're being held back from gaming and being held back by your fun just because you can't get a video card, why not build a system that you can play a lot of games on, and then when video card prices finally drop, you just slap a video card in your system and you're up and going. A lot of people also ask me if you could use the 6600 XT in tandem with the 57G or 5600G, and the answer for that is no, they won't work in like crossfire mode that well. However, you can use smart access memory, and the 5700 and 5600G fully support all of the features that you would want. Even though they have Vega graphics inside of them, all of the stuff you want, FSR, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. All the AMD stuff you love is available with those GPUs or APUs, depending on how you want to cut it up. But the bottom line is, it's getting harder and harder and harder to get a high-end system. And that's not only on the GPU side of things. CPU side of things, it's also a little bit bad. It's not as bad. I've actually started to see a lot more AMD CPUs become available, so that's a double thumbs up again. I'm trying to build myself a really, really nice AMD system myself. The CPUs I'm looking at though are still around almost $600 or $700, so just the CPU on that system is more than the entire $600 system that I'm going to be bringing to you guys this weekend. So you have to really look at things in perspective. Is it better to get a system that you can be up and gaming on and having a lot of fun on? Or is it better just to sit and have, no GPU and not game at all? I mean, you kind of have to make a decision here, because unless you want to be paying a lot of money for video cards, your choices are kind of limited. So that's today's video, folks. We got 3 things on the table. 6600 XT, overpriced, I feel, especially at $600 for a card that's really good at 1080, okay at 440, and I didn't even bother 4K because, it's not a 4K card, and some people tested it at that, but it's like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that that thing's not going to game at 4K that great, so why even waste your time testing it? It just, honestly, it, to me, makes the video card just look bad. When AMD did their whole, spiel on the card, they said 1080p. They did not say 4K. It's not a 4K card. So that's that. Next up, we have cryptocurrency trying to illegalize it in the United States. Do you guys agree or disagree? Want to see your comments down below. I really appreciate them. The audience is just as important around here as this guy. Okay, just want to be that. I appreciate you guys very, very much and your comments. And then last but not least, is it better to just buy yourself a system with an APU and be up in gaming than trying to actually afford to buy a video card that costs as much as a whole system and limit yourself from gaming? And like I said, becoming a high-end PC gamer just seems to be getting harder and harder and harder, especially with the CEC in California trying to tell people what they can and can't buy. Those guys can simply go themselves, because that's just ridiculous shite and we all know it. So once again, I appreciate your guys' viewership. We'll see you guys back here on Tech Tomorrow for more tech. If you'd like to support the site, it's very, very easy. For a single $1, you can support me on Patreon. I would really, really appreciate that. $1's not that much money to ask. Plus, if you try Amazon Prime for free down below, you can try that for a month, and it also gives me a little bit of cash from Amazon, although those greedy little bastards don't really give me much money anymore. So thanks for watching the video. We'll see you guys back on the channel for more tech.